Arc Raiders just added 2 new weapons, a new game mode, and the hardest enemy we've ever seen, so here's how to find them, play it, and kill them. Oh my god. No! At 4:30 a.m. this morning, Arc Raiders Flashpoint update went live. I know this because I was up at 4:30 in the morning waiting for it. It's really early. Let's do this. And I immediately hopped into a game looking for 2 specific things. The new enemy, the Vaporizer, and blueprints for 2 new guns, the Dolabra and the Canto. But instead of spawning in and losing $100,000 worth of loot to this incredibly powerful arc,
let's move to that location.
I decided to go in wearing nothing but binoculars to scope things out. And I am very glad that I did. Spawned in completely helpless to defend myself, which was honestly fine because I would have been dead anyway when I saw the new arc. Time to find out how fast they kill me. The answer is incredibly fast. I'd later learn they're so lethal because of what they're guarding, but just imagine if the Queen and a Rocketeer had an illegitimate love child. It's essentially an airborne laser beam sniper rifle, only instead of bullets, it just shoots the most powerful energy beam known to man, and you get incinerated. Okay, time to bring out the big guns. Playlist rotated to damn battlegrounds, and while I still haven't found the best playlist to try and fight these guys on, I can tell you right now, without any hesitation, damn battlegrounds is not it. Although the Raider caches, aren't too shabby. I hear something very big in the distance, and I bet that's where the party is. My loadout was substantial, but I'd still be outgunned. I had a hull cracker, an anvil, 48 rocket rounds, a stack of heavy ammo, snap hook, Vita spray, cloaking device, which I can't recommend highly enough, 3 wolf packs, 2 showstoppers, a defib, zip lines, and a Raider key. And I would need every single thing in there. There are big booms and slightly less big booms. I'm gonna go at whichever I see first. Filled with unearned confidence and aggression, I immediately got into what I thought was a boss fight, but instead was just a nice little appetizer for the wars to come. Our first course was 2 wolf packs, which were immediately returned to the kitchen because the Vaporizer has AI sentience previously reserved only for ChatGPT. Basically, whenever you throw a wolf pack, even if they're not looking at you, they can put up their shield, and you just wasted $5,000. How are we doing? I wish I would have known they had shields. I would have burned all my wolf packs, but I got a hull cracker and I got another wolf pack if we want to party. It turns out there is a way to wolf pack it, but it would just cost me a lot of nades to find that out. I was joined in this humble abode by Lil Bam Bam and a raider who unfortunately could not talk, and what followed can only be described as maximum chaos. Usually when you fight an arc of this type of caliber, there's some type of reward at the end of this deadly rainbow, and there is, which I'm grateful for because I need it for one of the new guns in a minute. This is kind of hard, but it basically felt like we were just sitting ducks, which is odd because I thought we were safe indoors. It'd be easier if there weren't 2 of them. It turns out there are always 2 of them. That's helpful for the looting part, but in order to get to that point, you have to kill 2 apex arc predators with the intelligence and prey drive of an orca whale. One's about to go down. The hull cracker served me well, although I'd upgrade my arsenal in the next raid. Eventually we got one down, and I thought about abandoning my new friends and looting it, but I decided to do the right thing and stick around.
One of those bitches should be dead. The other one?
Yeah, one is dead, and I'm glad I did because I would really need the karma in a second. A few more shots from the hull cracker, and the other one was no longer flying, and it was time to find our first new crafting item. Go. I figured there'd be something shiny, but I had no idea what it actually did. Well, it's a new crafting thing. These are called Vaporizer regulators. They're worth a pretty penny, and we're gonna need them here at the end of the video. Now it was time to figure out what the real prize was, or as Bam Bam like to call it.
Where's the big thing at?
There's an even bigger thing?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a thing that's two cones on it or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I had absolutely no idea what he was talking about, but thankfully now I do. He was talking about this thing. Oh, these things right here. I could explain to you how it works right now, but Boachman is about to do that.
I think I've seen another one land way over here.
Oh, they land in, like, periodically throughout the game? That's actually clutch, so it's not like the frickin' Queen raid where if you come late, you're dead. It doesn't matter.
But they fixed late spawns. I heard if you come in with, like, a loadout, you have a chance of on the beginning raid.
That's huge.
Oh my god, we might be able to get the blueprint, guys.
Let's go.
Oh my god. Oh no, somebody's down there. No.
They're already smoking? I got zips. Let's party. Oh, there's everybody here. This would not be a party.
Hey, step away from there, boys. As always.
There are a few really important lessons I learned here. The first is, bring smoke grenades, and lots of them, because these arc assessors never spawn in areas that are safe. They're dangerous and time-consuming to loot by nature, and you'll see just how time-consuming it is once we get to spaceport. The second lesson is that even when you think there's already a lot of arc around, there could always be more. Oh my god. The third is just don't do what I'm about to do here. I had just thrown out a lure grenade and thought that would give me free reign to get what common sense told me was a chance at a blueprint. I'd heard the new shotgun was an energy weapon, and if I had a chance to not grind for it all day, I wanted to take it. The container was already already looted, and like the Harvester event, once it's been looted, the blueprints are almost always gone, and then witness a scene that will haunt this raider's dreams tonight. That poor guy. I set up a zipline to get out of trouble, only to find myself in even more of it when I realized that this was a lost cause. I'm probably toast, fellas. Run, 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 run! So I made my way to a raider hatch to retrieve my big gun arsenal. I don't know how I'm going to get this blueprint, or if it's even worth it. It actually wouldn't be that hard, and it is definitely worth it. The playlist had moved to Spaceport, so I threw my equalizer and energy ammo in the bag and headed out. Joining us in this $160,000 loadout were 7 wolf packs, a hatch key, my trusty cloaking device, a snap hook, 5 smoke grenades, too many zip lines, adrenaline shots, and an extra shield because I still didn't have an appropriate appreciation for just how much danger I'd find myself in. And that's okay, because I was now in a very expensive fact-finding mission. My 2 goals this raid are figure out if the equalizer is good against these new arc and try to learn how to get this blueprint. That's it. The blueprint I really wanted was for the shotgun, the Dolabra. So I made my way to a roof and waited for the first assessor to spawn in. I believe this is what the sailors call the calm before the storm. 2 minutes into the raid is usually when the first storm spawns in, so I made like an Oklahoman and chased it.
An arc assessor, up there.
I still didn't know much about the threats, but I did know it's probably a good idea to have friends with you, so I recruited another Mikeless raider to the cause. Hey there, you want to try this thing over there? I won't, I mean, I'm not going to shoot you, but we have a lot of arc to shoot if you want to get after it. Let's do it. That is the most confident I've ever heard in my entire life. I was still in the process of learning how to throw a wolf pack, which I'm sure the comments have figured out by now, so just trust them. We have the brightest minds in the game down there. All right, let's run a test here first. But all I had succeeded in doing was pissing off a leveled up sky god, putting the whole group in danger. Okay, you cannot grenade these guys. You can't wolfpack them. Now it's time to make sense of this chaos in surprising order you're about to see. At the heart of these assessor spawns are surveyors. Previously, these roly-polies were non-aggressive and ran at the first shot, but now they like to stick around and spice things up, which isn't great because things are already pretty spicy, so I try to take them out when I can. Second, the equalizer works pretty well, but the vaporizers still put up their shield, which in this case was helpful because now I know you can somehow use wolf packs on them. Okay, I lied about the wolf pack. Now to the assessor. Is this where the blueprint is, just out of curiosity? It is where blueprints spawn, but there's not really a way to game the system. Okay, I assume so since we're queuing. At least not that I know of yet. You wait your turn, and when the platform rotates over to you, there will be an opportunity to breach and search. Then you say a tiny little prayer, hope you get it, then immediately shove it up your butt, all while hoping the people around you are still down to fight the 97 deadly arc that have spawned in while you were nose deep in your new goop. I'll take whatever that is, but I'd like a blueprint. Okay, just kidding. Then say a little louder of a prayer to either be running survivor, so you can crawl off to exfil, wow, or for this guy to shove a defib directly into your spinal cord. Oh, thank you. Thought I was gonna have to crawl to exfil. Hope everyone was writing those down because now it's time to find the blueprint. Back on a rainy spaceport, I spawned in with a meager $130,000 loadout because I was running low on wolf packs, then made my way to the central part of the map, waiting for the first assessor to spawn. Say what you want about the blueprint spawn rate or looting mechanics, but these things are punctual, and 2 minutes into the raid, the first one came in, right on cue.
An arc assessor, up there.
A super quick word of caution here. If you do get perfect timing, like I somehow managed to do here, there's gonna be a brief 5-second window where you think, maybe the arc spawn is bugged and they won't show up, and you're gonna try and loot it. Just know that unless you hotbox the entire map with smoke, you're likely about to become a raider flare. So it's best to make your way to some semblance of cover. Say, oh, I don't know, this random desk here. Begin firing at the most deadly thing in the game, and then almost die because you got stuck between a desk instead. But if you want to be a dick, here's a great way to do it while keeping blood off your hands. Plus, it boosts your chances of finding a blueprint. If you're noticing people, especially those who haven't been firing their gun all game, make a mad dash for the loot, maybe you just accidentally throw a lure grenade at them, so they get a taste of the hot liquid magma you've been swimming in so far. Real shame that my finger slipped, huh? And though it's not a guarantee you're gonna find the blueprint, it's okay because there's going to be a lot of spawns throughout the game. Is this one already shot? That's crazy work. Which I'm very grateful for because even when you're the first one in line, there's still a chance something astronomically unlucky can happen to you. I appear to be stuck. At this point in the raid, I was feeling pretty unlucky. Fix stuck player. Another one had just spawned and the loot crazed mob was already in hot pursuit, so I decided to just sit this one out. I might as well just wait for the next one, I guess.
Over there.
And I'm glad I did because that's how I found it. By the grace of God, an arc assessor was descending straight on my dome, which gave me a little time to prepare an evacuation plan while also giving me a front row seat. Here's what I learned. I'm happy to be here. The platform that extends, allowing you to loot it, seems random. You have a 33%, repeating of course, chance of picking the right one. I swear to God. If you don't, there's nothing you can do but jealously look on as someone quietly puts a blueprint into their safe pocket. The second is to have balls of steel because it's about to rain arc all around you. You will be tempted to flee, but just know that as soon as you do, someone who is less willing to shoot at the arc will step up to take your place. Obviously, you should exert enough effort and do enough damage to not feel bad about what you're about to do, but whatever you do not leave. You are now a Karen at the front of the line demanding to speak to the manager, and everyone else behind you is just gonna have to wait. I mean, obviously, if you have the blueprint already, just give it to someone who doesn't, because being a decent person is the bare minimum we should be aiming for. But if you don't have it, by all means, go get it. I don't know what the red lasers actually mean. Yeah, I still don't either. Besides the fact that it's still lootable, I could make something up to sound smart, but then you'd just be less educated than you were when we started this journey. So I'm gonna respectfully outsource that to the comment experts again. Thank you guys. Thankfully, the hard part is done. You've just stayed alive and motionless in the hottest area of the map for over a minute. So when you're finally called on stage for your one shining moment, breach and search with a clear mind and full heart, because that way you can't lose. I do have one piece of bad news though. If you are going last, there's a very high chance the vaporizers are going to spawn right as you get your chance. But we've already decided you have balls of steel, and since they're heavy and hard to move, you're not going anywhere. Oh my god, this is it. The blueprint I found was for the Dolabra shotgun, which we're about to make with all of our new crafting material. But I cannot recommend enough that you should really loot this faster than I did. I am genuinely lucky that this wasn't turned into a YouTube short of me looking like an idiot with the entire comment section roasting me. Eventually I shoved it in there and made a beeline to Exfil to play with my new toy. In order to craft it, you need 2 vaporizer regulators, 3 magnetic accelerators, and 3 shredder gyros. Once you have that done, you get what I think is probably the most versatile shotgun in the game. Oh, you can like hip fire and you can make it tighter. The only question left is, does anyone have a good strat for getting the new SMG? Because I'd really like it.